right out of the campground. You can really go 3 different ways out of here. So you can do the Ambrose Lake Trails, Ambrose Lake Ogama Hills Trail, which basically takes you down south towards Ogama Hills and St. Helen. Or you can go north up into the Rose City Trail. So the Ambrose Lake Rose City Trail will lead you up to Rose City.
And right here's the trailhead. Let's go on in and check it out.
So here's the Ambrose Lake Trail trailhead. Ambrose Lake Trailhead is just outside of the Ambrose Lake State Forest Campground. Nice sized trailhead. Looks like you could park right in the grass if you needed to. On a nice diagonal all the way through the middle. This person in a camper parked right here. There is an outhouse. There is a bulletin board. There's some average old parking spaces if you just want to park your car. There's a map right there, paper map. Okay, I'm going to show you the Ambrose Lake, Rose City, and Ogama Hills trails. We're going to look here. Rose City loops total 15 miles. The Ambrose Lake Trail totals 8.5 miles. Ogama Hills Trail, 11 miles. Okay, so we're taking a look. Ambrose Lake Trail, the loop, there's really 2 loops if you look. 8.5 miles. Let's take you along for the ride. So just coming out of the Ambrose Lake Trailhead, you're gonna see here, Ambrose Lake Trail. Okay, so let's enter in. Ambrose Lake Trail, 50 inch or less. That's what I wanted to show. There's a way you can go right there, which is straight south. So if you look at my navigation, you're going to see one going straight south and one going east. We're going east to do Ambrose Lake Trail. So this is the 50 inch or less Ambrose Lake Trail. We'll give you a review on it after it's done, but I'll tell you the very, very beginning part looks excellent. Embankments, which are always fun. We're in the fall, so we're hoping to catch some colors, a little bit of roots here, but this has been a nice trail so far. Just the beginning of it, of course. So let's run it. Again, as a friendly reminder, Ambrose Lake Trail, 50 inch or less. Very nice trail so far. Jump on the computer with you here, kind of do a screen share to show where this trail is and what this ride is that we're doing.
All right, let's dive right into it. Here's Rose City, about 6 miles down West Rose City Road. A little bit to the south, we're going to run into Ambrose Lake. Here's the campground. Here is the trailhead. You can see where the cursor is. And basically, what was really neat, you go right into the trail here. You can go straight south, and you're going to see my navigation calls it the Ambrose Lake Ogama Hills Trail. Takes you down into Ogama Hills, which you can lead over into St. Helen. From there, you can get to Denton Creek, Houghton Lake, and even into Leota. So this is really cool. From here, also a quick point out, you can go north up into Rose City, which does feed into Mayo, Luzerne, areas up that way. This video, we went into this trail here, rode just a minute. This is the split where we hug to the south. There's basically 2 loops. Beautiful little section of trails. It's a nice little run, pretty easy. Let's take a look at what we did on this run. Here we did. And when you see it goes blue, I didn't record just Ambrose Lake, but this is, we came out of the trailhead. We did these loops. Nice run, guys. I highly advise it. Give it a shot to not only go here, to go to all the other areas from here. There's more riding here than you can do in a few days. Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
right there. So far, I'm pretty impressed with this trail. We're here in the fall. Fall colors are maybe just past peak, but they're still pretty nice. Oh, it says my battery's running low. Let's get you plugged in. Okay, so we're going to try to show this. Here we are. We came out of Ambrose Lake and it splits. It looks like there's kind of a loop and a loop. We're going to go along the south part of this loop and then maybe come back all the way around. Let's do. So far this trail is excellent. Little bit of rolling hill. So Ambrose Lake Trail here, get an idea of what we're looking at. The colors, that's really nice. I have really not heard too much about this trail, but gotta say, so far, it's excellent. Looks like there's a kind of a tie-in point. Working just a touch more. Nothing steep or technical here at all, but a nice ride. We're on the southernmost portion of Ambrose Lake Trail. Done some logging, clear cutting here. Keep in mind that if you do come out to do this particular trail and it's just not enough for the day because it doesn't take too long to do it, these trails do connect up towards Rose City or down towards St. Helen, Ogama Hills. We didn't do it, but I don't think you'd have any problem riding from these Ambrose Lake Trails getting all the way to St. Helen or even Maudina. I'm thinking people are doing it all day long, popping in and out of Clear Lake. We've seen this quite a bit. So these trails are stunning. So we're heading back west on the connector. There's kind of two loops. Best way I can describe Ambrose Lake trail system, it's 50-inch or less with a loop and then kind of a little connector and a loop. So we're heading, we went out east and did that loop, and now we're heading back in towards the parking lot. We're just starting the furthest west loop out to the north side of it. You'll see up here we should have a split in the trail. One will be taking us to Rose City. So with the Ambrose Lake Trail, Ambrose Lake Rose City Trail, if we go up towards Rose City, or we're going to stay on the Ambrose Lake Trail and head back in towards the Trailhead parking lot or the State Forest Campground. Here's our split. So if we go to the right, we're going to go back up this way into Rose City. If we go to the left, we're going to go back into the trailhead. We're going to go back into the trailhead. Okay, the northern part of the loop, about halfway through it, the northwest loop, heading west into the trailhead. But we had a little bit of a stop here. Tina caught a stump right in here and ended up sideways. So she had to run down and turn around, and here she comes. Quad there. Tina's there. We're in a big groove. Facing head to head. She caught a stump with her front tire. Kicked her sideways. We just had to wiggle her out of it. Around. So you can see just how big these grooves are when we're not looking at it from the being on a quad's point of view. See how that looks. Close to getting back to Ambrose Lake Trailhead. So we're a nice little hill, so I thought we'd just start, kind of take a quick run up it. Nothing big, but it's a nice hill. Nice scenery. So the 50-inch or less coming out of the trailhead, you can see it's pretty nice. See just how deep the trail is down from the sides. Beautiful trail, heading back into the trailhead. We just did the whole system. We'll give it a quick review at the end of the ride here. We'll get into the trailhead. Both of us will give our thoughts on this trail, what we thought. It's beautiful in here though. Beautiful forest. A little bit of this trail has had a recent clear cut logging take place. So it's a little more open, but about half of it's like this, and it's especially the beginning half here. Each side of this trail, this loop that's closest to the trailhead parking lot. Excellent ride. You just want to get out and have an enjoyable ride. I'd give this section high enough ranking to compete with any. So you can see again, there's partly the loop thing that it does. We're heading back into the trailhead. Oh, let me record on my navigation, the battery went dead. We're almost back into the trailhead. So there's like 2 loops for Ambrose Lake Trail, 50-inch or less. When you first come out of the trailhead, it's really nice. Really, really nice. Second, further loop, the easternmost one, there's been some logging clear cutting taking place there, so still not bad trail considering, but it's you know, not quite as scenic as this thick, beautiful woods in here. This forest in this area is gorgeous. So this is the single trail. You're going to go in and out on this. There are some ORV routes right near here as well. If you want to jump on those, you can get in there further, but the 50-inch or less coming out is fantastic. Guys riding it right from the beginning. So right here, you're gonna see you can go that way. That's taking you into Ogama Hills. We actually got a video on that as well. We did that yesterday. This was just purely the Ambrose Lake Trail. That's all we really wanted to get. We just popped out. I don't know if you can see the cars through the trees. Here we are though, into the trailhead. ORV trailhead. Let's hop on in. We started the ride in here and we ended the ride in here. Here we go.
Hi, Dusty Bean here, coming from Ambrose Lake State Forest Campground. We just rode the Ambrose Lake Trail, which is an 8.5-mile trail. It was pretty simple. There are some places that were logged, it seems like, you know, maybe a couple years ago, and they've replanted. Watch for stumps in those areas. I hit one, kind of twisted my arm a little bit. Just hold on tight and really be on the lookout for those. Outside of that, it's a pretty simple trail, very pretty. We had some beautiful fall foliage today. I really enjoyed the trail. Thanks for tuning in.
We just rode 8.5 miles of the Ambrose Lake Trail. Overall, excellent condition trail. I felt it was right in the middle of most 50-inch or less trails that you would ride, as far as wasn't the tightest or wasn't the widest, but was one of the best groomed trails I've been on. It's only 8.5 miles. Easy, not a lot of technical. About half of it is gorgeous, heavily wooded forest. The other half is a little more open. Highly recommend it, and I want to add to it that you can head up to Rose City or down to Ogama Hills, make your way all the way to St. Helen to the south. You can make your way all the way up to Rose City, Mayo, Luzerne to the north. Please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for riding along with us on Ambrose Lake Trails.